pay an influencer for your product or your service business this year, you want to watch this video from the beginning to the very end because I'm going to be plugging you to big time game. All right. There are certain metrics you have to look at before you ask anyone to influence for you. It doesn't matter if they have 1 billion followers or if they've influenced for big companies in the past and they had results. I want to watch this particular video to the very end because I am speaking to you from a very informed point as a launch strategist who has used different lead generation strategies for generating traffic to different offers across different niches. So let's get right into it. Okay, first, I like to start from the foundations. What is influencer marketing? It's very easy to assume that everybody knows, but I like to also talk to people who really do not know. Or if you know, I like to be sure that you actually know what you know, okay? So influencer marketing is simply borrowing someone else's influence or platform to drive traffic to your free and paid offers, right? So when you want to do influencer marketing, what you are looking for is eyeballs that will translate into conversion. So conversion for you might be attending your physical events, conversion might be taking your free offer, conversion might be paying money for your product or your services. Whatever conversion means to you, influencer marketing is basically you leveraging someone else's vast, large network that they built over time, tons and tons of people who trust them, who have trusted them over the years, and hoping that those people actually find value in what you're offering and eventually convert. That is the simple definition of influencer marketing. How can this work for you? Before we get into how it can work for you, can we talk about how to identify the influencer that will work for you? Should we? All right, let's go right into it. The first thing you want to consider before you pick anyone as your influencer is the value system. Yes. Not the number of followers, not the traffic they command, the value system. As much as they have traffic, as much as they have the numbers, do your values align? I'll give you a very crazy example. And it's so crazy that I shouldn't even be saying it here. So let's say you are a faith-based author and you're about to launch a book. But there is a certain influencer who has been buzzing in the news so much recently. And because of his or her numbers, you go to them to influence that book you're about to launch. However, this influencer is known for twerking online. You can see the disparity in the value system. You are in a different world. You represent an ideal that is so distinct from the influencer. So as much as they have the traffic you're looking for, you want to understand the value they stand for. Because at the end of the day, that influencer is going to send you tons and thousands of people who do not align with your values. So even if they buy whatever you're selling per time, you cannot sell to them again. So the goal of influencing is not just to sell one offer. The goal of influencing is to pick from the pack of that influencer's audience and get people who are interested not just in your product, but in your personality, in your offerings, in your services, so much so that if they do not convert today, they're going to convert in the long run. So do you now understand why the value system has to be first consideration for you? So you want to be sure that you're working with an influencer that you really admire their ideals, their value system, what they stand for, so that the kind of people who find you through that channel are going to be people who are going to stay with you for the long run. You really don't want to be generating leads every single time you have an offer, no matter how cheap or expensive that offer turns out to be. Factor number 2 to consider: platform. You want to get an influencer that is active on the same platform that you are also active. Very simple example I'm going to give you is, I am very active on Instagram. It's like my primary marketing platform on social media, right? It wouldn't make any single sense to go to Facebook and get an influencer whose primary platform is Facebook. Why? all of their influencing effort is going to drive people who follow them on that particular platform, in this example, Facebook, to my Facebook account, not my Instagram account. Remember that these are two different platforms. You want to be sure that you are getting an influencer who is influential on the platform where you've spent years building your personal brand or your business brand, so that the traffic is easy to direct. Okay, so you're not on a different platform and the influencer is on a different platform. That is not going to work. All right. Number 3, you want to understand that numbers do not equal conversions. Okay, I feel like a lot of people watching this right now are going to be like, what the heck is she saying? Calm down. Just because an influencer has 10 million followers does not mean 10 million people are gonna buy from you. Now, there's something called inactive followers. These are people who have followed you for a very long time, but do no longer see your posts. And it's not of their making. The algorithm just doesn't show your posts to them anymore. If you doubt me, think about one particular brand last year that you always saw on your feed, you were always engaging with, and after a while of you not engaging with them, you have stopped seeing their posts. And you did not unfollow them, funnily enough. Now you're thinking, right? If you check right now, you still both follow each other, but you just don't see your posts. And that is just the thing. So you are not the only person who has that. So if you're just looking at the numbers that the influencer has and expecting that you're going to get a total of the same number of followers into your offerings, it's a joke on you. So you want to be very realistic here. A fair percentage to expect would be anything between 7 to 10% of the total followers of any influencer you are working with. All right, so don't say, oh, you have 10 million followers and we paid you for this advert and only 200 people came. No, don't say that, because even the influencer cannot control that factor. All you know is that you're going to get conversion, but to what extent it cannot be 100%. Factor number 4, presentation matters. If you're having an offer and your influencer presents that offer poorly to his or her target audience, that offer is going to be received poorly. So this would have to inform the content format the influencer is using to market that. Is it supposed to be a video? Is it supposed to be a documentary? Are you going live? Are you doing a carousel? Are you doing collaborations? What exactly is it supposed to be? A challenge? Is it supposed to be a page takeover? Whatever you guys are deciding to do, you want to be sure that your lead generation product is being presented in the best package, in the best format, okay, so that it can be received appropriately. Okay, then the last thing, which is format number 5, is you want to prepare your own personal page to be conversion ready. Some of you pay influencers and expect magic to happen. Unfortunately, it is not the influencer's job to bring conversions for you. It is the influencer's job to drive traffic for you. You will do your conversion. So what this means is that before that influencer post goes up, before the traffic, before the strategy you're trying to deploy with your influencer marketing, you want to be very sure that your page has been optimized for conversion. So your last 3 posts is talking about that product or service that the influencer is going to be raving about. You have testimonials, your page is ready, your reel covers are engaging, your carousels are engaging, the links on your bio is working, there are no broken links, your offers, you have landing pages that clearly stipulate what your offer is about, you've answered the frequently asked questions so that you are covering every point, okay? And you want to really be sure that you have a system in place that is capturing those leads. It's not just the likes and the follows and the comments. How are you getting the name, the phone numbers, and the email addresses of these people who are coming into that offer? All right, if you have money to throw around, if you're a big brand, you know, maybe you're a Coca-Cola, you're a Nike, yes, you have money to just get people to follow you, that's beautiful. But if you're a personal brand who is working with a limited budget, you want to ensure that you have a lead capturing system in place, a very simple opt-in form that gets the details of everyone who is coming through that influencer to help you understand the numbers that you were able to bring in from influencer marketing. All right. with this few points of mine, I hope I've been able to convince you and not confuse you on how to start and scale your influencer marketing efforts. I will see you in the next video.